The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
Fuck off.
You know what? I don't understand why guys get butthurt about getting traded, because unless you have a no trade, you're going to get traded. If you're an upper echelon player, if your team doesn't have a hope in hell of winning and you don't have a no trade, you're getting traded. Because teams are like, well, we didn't make it. Let's rebuild. Because the fans call for it. The fans are like, well, let's get rid of this guy, that guy. Talk shows call for it. Everything else. Like these guys who get butthurt because they run the trade block. You sign a contract to play in the National Hockey League, not for a team. Yes, you make a commitment and a team makes a commitment to you. But unless you have a full no movement deal, you only signed a contract to play in the league, and that's it.
And that blows me away. Like I think, so a no move, like, okay, we're going to shave $500K a year off your salary then. Oh, I want to make this. Okay, then that's what we'll pay you. But there is no move. That's a valuable commodity, and that gives you a lot of power. And that's going to cost money because you're handcuffing us. How about we put in this? Okay, you got a no move clause, but if your numbers are this, we're going to put in a must trade clause. I must trade you. This is your career average, and we're going to give you the benefit of the doubt and blah blah blah. But if you drop below this thing, we're going to give you a must trade value.
We're 10-22, 32 games in. I must trade you.
I must trade you.
Like, that's it. We're fucked.
We're fucked. Trade you. Like that would be the perfect clause for that Uberdo.
The rarely seen, often talked about must trade clause.
Must trade clause.
Like, fuck.
If you're not reaching minimal expectations,
we trade you. I don't know to who.
Your salary's cut in half, and it's
we must trade you.
It's a must trade clause.
Trade you. The must trade clause.
The MTC. Yeah.
The MTC. Must trade clause. Brought to you by the 1420 Sports Bar Podcast. Four Beer Sports talking a whole lot more. The must trade clause.
The must trade clause.
I don't know who our dance partner is for this trade, but we must trade you.
We must trade you.
That conversation.
Well, and there'd be a pool of those, like in the league. There'd be like 4 or 5 guys, like in the must trade clause. Okay, so
so do they just get traded to other must trade clause guys?
You must trade them to it for another
must trade clause guy.
Yeah. So it's like it's all in like in a fishbowl, and you pick out names. Okay,
this guy for that guy and whatever.
This guy, yeah, fuck.
Just try it. He didn't work in here. Just go over there. Fuck. The must trade clause.
Like Line and Dubois or whatever between.
Yeah,
Columbus
just that for that. See if it works. I don't give a fuck. Whatever.
Just get him gone.
Get him out of here.
We're paying him $10 million. We'll pay someone else $10 million, but just no more for this guy, please.
The fans don't want him here. Your fans don't want your guy. Let's just swap it.
You're clearly not happy. Let's just.
Both teams stink. Who cares? Must trade clause.
The must trade clause.
We've got to find a way to market that to the agents and get down to the GM meeting next year in Florida.
Well, the collective bargaining agreement is up in, I think, 2 weeks. 2 weeks, 2 years. So, we'll send a feeler.
I don't think the PA is going to fly with that one.
But everybody's still going to get paid, right? But if it's toxic, it's toxic, and no one's happy. So, well, fuck, go be unhappy someplace else and see if this works.
Like, you would think, again, I don't understand. I do, but I don't. I don't understand the no trade clause. Like, at what point does the fucking ownership and GMs think, you know what? If this guy's not very good, why the fuck am I going to keep him around?
We've discussed it.
I'm the owner. I own this team. I'm the GM. I'm the boss. Like, the only fucking sport, the only place other than unions, but even then, you file agreements on and on, you can get rid of a guy. At what point do you fucking give let the inmates run the asylum?
Well, they're not like a lot of these rules are there to protect the owners from themselves, like
I
salary
know that.
caps and rookie things, and like it's just like because the owners at the end of the day are in a pissing contest. This isn't like a fundraising dinner for the Lethbridge Bulls where we serve alcohol and have a silent auction because that's why to give. Hey, can you believe we're gonna get 15 grand for that framed photo of whoever? Get a couple more whiskeys in him, and he's going to bring it up to 18 and a half for sure. And then we paid. That's what it is. It's just when it turns into a dick swinging contest with people with deep pockets, they're gonna do stupid shit, and
Yeah,
that's
no,
why
I know.
all the rules are there to protect owners from themselves.
Yeah, I've always found it funny. So I just always found it funny. And then
As do I. Like,
like and even if you like, why would you ask for a no trade clause? Like sometimes like you're like, fuck me, this team stinks. Get me the fuck out of here. And then they can't move them because they got no trade clauses.
I do understand the limited trade clause, right? So at the beginning of the year, you give me 10 teams you don't want to go to. That I understand. I'll give you that. Like I don't want to. I think that's completely fair. But that's it. A limited no move or limited no trade, and I'm cool with that. But like an absolute no move, fuck that. You're just saying I can do whatever I want, and there's nothing you can do about it. And then at the end of the day, with someone like this Huberto, who's going to take this fucking contract? That's why it has to be a must trade, a limited must trade.
Like at least you're giving the guy a chance to make his his buyouts and everything else too, right? But like fuck me. I don't get it. It's just like that's one thing I like about the NFL on the owner side, not the way they use it. Like if guys underperform, they just get out. Get out.
Yeah,
Get
here's
out.
your yeah.
You
Sign
suck. I have a
sign
contract. I don't care.
$150 million 7-year contract. 10
Yeah,
million,
we'll give you
$10 million
12.
guaranteed. Yeah,
Guys
it
think they're
is. It's
set for life.
ridiculous.
They buy a fucking Rolex, a Lamborghini, and a fucking shack on the lake, and they're fucking done.
Yeah, frame that contract because it's going to
Yeah.
be a collector's item pretty
You're
quick.
coaching the fucking Wichita High fucking Spartans a
Yeah,
week later.
which and I don't agree. I
So,
wish the players.
but I like if there was a combination somehow of the two, where
Right.
players had to perform to get what they're supposed to. Like that's like I'm pro sports, not pro athlete or pro owner. Like there has to be a combination of two, in my opinion, to make it actually work, or else it's just you don't know what you're gonna fucking get. And it's not like all athletes are shitheads. It's not like all owners are shitheads. But
And I believe all these athletes do want to perform to the expectations of their contract. But it is also a little bit eyebrow raising how um, specifically in baseball and hockey, how athletes have their best year in a free agent year.
every time.
It seems to be a little bit of a motivator, and that's just what it is. And what do you do? What do you do? It is it can never be a perfect system, right? No matter what occupation we may be in, you're going to have up years and you're going to have down years. People are going to have shitty years. People are going to go through slumps, right? When you're playing against and that's the thing. Like you and I in our jobs, we're not competing. We're just doing what we do well.
Day
These
in,
guys
day
are
out.
these guys are doing what they're doing well, but there's also other people who are trying to do what they do really well to prevent you from what you're doing well. There's no one preventing us from doing well. Yeah, there's no one. You know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Flattening your tires in the morning to make sure you don't you show up for work on time. It's just
Like for
it's
us,
sport,
the
it's
wheel spins every
competition,
day.
right? Yeah, we're not in competition. We're just doing our thing.
Show up, do
These,
the thing.
yeah,
All right,
yeah,
excellent,
these
all right.
guys are in competition, and so as much as I do occasionally compare it to other professions, like being a lawyer, like being a plumber, like being a pipe fitter. It's not that, because there's not someone who's getting paid as much as you to prevent you from doing your job well either. Could you
Yes.
imagine that in the trades? A rival electrician company coming in and fucking stealing all your pliers and wire strippers, and every morning putting fucking snakes in your boots.
Well, fuck, I did that fucking French fry plant here in fucking Gluttony. I tell you what, it was fucking. She was pretty cutthroat at times.
There was
Oh.
people putting snakes in your boots.
No, just stealing tools and equipment and things. Yeah, it was kind of, it was weird, but whatever.
But those are all meatheads. Like those, that's more the bench guys who
Yeah.
can't afford their own tools.
We have to revisit this. You know what? Actually, let's reach out to Dave at Level Playing Field, because he'll listen to this. He listens to us every week, I think, and he gets a little revved up. Let's reach out to Dave tomorrow, and I want him to give him a little homework assignment over the weekend if he's up for the task. And I want him to lay out the provisions for the must trade clause, how that works, like how that's going to work in Dave Level Playing Field's world. Because I would love to hear his thought process. Like right now, Dave is probably banging his head in the dashboard of his vehicle as he listens to this a day later about the must trade clause. We should reach out to him tomorrow and talk and get him on the show for Monday nights. He wants to join us for the must trade clause.
He's always welcome, and I just wrote it down. Must trade clause, like like so. Like Josh Donaldson was the guy for the Yankees. Like in his Stanton is Giancarlo Stanton. Is he on the must?
He's must trade, but who's taking him?
Well, you got to find someone else.
Then
Fernando
you gotta eat the fucking money.
Fernando Tatis Jr. must be getting pretty close to a must trade clause. Carlos Rendon or whatever, I tweeted him out on the
With the Angels.
He's a must trade. 38 mil. Ofer. 8
Jeez.
games in at 38 million. I get it. You might be going through a wee bit of a slump, but come on. Must trade.
The must trade clause.
The must trade clause.
MTC. No, this is only at the 1420 Sports Bar podcast. For Beer Sports Talking a whole lot more. This segment is brought to you by SeatGeek.com. The SeatGeek app. Use promo code 1420pod at SeatGeek.com today and save yourself $20 on your first purchase over there at SeatGeek. Dave, the must trade clause. Get it out there. Figure it out. We'll get Dave on the show on Monday night and talk about it.
We're here for all your collective bargaining questions.
Yeah. We
And
are going to
ideas.
get one fucking, like, we're bad agents. Like, who the fuck would sign up with us idiots?
Russell Wilson, must trade clause.
So I have this deal worked into your contract. Think about this. So, okay. Like, they'll give you $100 million a year or $100 million 5 years, whatever it is. But they wanted to work in this little deal, and I agreed to it. That said, at any point in the season where you have like a 3-week stretch where things aren't going so well, you're included in the must trade clause. And the bonus part of this deal is they just pick names out of a hat to where you go to. No.
What's going to happen? It could happen fucking tomorrow.
Like if you had, like there's stipulations, so like it's performance based.
It would happen 3 times a year, a quarter of the season in, halfway season, and a trade deadline. That's
so
when the fish
I can be
goes
traded 3 times. No. You can only be traded once in the must trade clause, but it could happen at any time, 3 times throughout the season.
Yeah.
What? You agree to that?
Well, you want to get paid,
like
don't you? You're going to get paid.
Like you're going to get your money regardless, and you might have to move your family if you play shitty, but it'll all work out in the end. Can I have my commission, please?
And you know what? Just don't play shitty.
Yeah. So like this is more on you than it is on me.
Yeah, exactly. And I got you an extra half of the 0.75 a year for this.
Oh, the must trade clause.
The
Can
must
you
trade
imagine?
clause? Oh yeah, it's brilliant, don't you think?
No.
You're fired. Well, I still get my commission, Chuck.
Well, because the contract signed, they signed it, and whatever. Fuck me.
And you know, when you go to Cap Geek, they have the limited no trade, whatever, like the no
Because the must trade clause would be a negative cap hit. Because
yeah,
they're just interchangeable.
it'd be the same, right? You know, like within 10%. Like so, if you 10, you can't get a must trade against a
Two.
$4 million player. No, it has to be in the same tax bracket.
Every team has one.
Unless you're willing to eat salary. Like we're willing to eat 4 mil, and then you give us a 6 million for must trade.
The must trade clause.
Oh, think about it, owners.
Van Robe's and Redlinsky Sports Associates. There ain't gonna be one person knocking on our fucking doors. Jesus Christ.
We're innovating, and it's only for the good of the game.
I think there might be a lot of owners calling us.
That's you bet. Idea. Like you think? Like, have you guys done the research on that? Well,
no. We made something up as we were going about 25 minutes ago.
But it sounds pretty sexy, doesn't it?
Like,
oh,
fuck,
I'd love to do that. Yeah. Like fuck, imagine if the Denver Broncos had the must trade clause. Save them $35 million this year. Fuck, watching that smelt play for the Steelers.
The must trade clause. Courtesy of the 1420 Sports Bar podcast. 4 Beer Sports talking a whole lot more. The must trade. Fucking, and then to analyze it. Jesus Christ. Dave, we'll be calling on you on Monday night.
Must trade. Must trade.
Must.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.